Welcome to 10 Things channel. The job market for Gen Z is changing rapidly. While some careers used to be considered safe bets, they are now becoming less appealing. So, here are 10 jobs Gen Z is avoiding in 2025. Let's dive into the details. Number 1. Middle management roles. The traditional corporate hierarchy is going through a shift, with more companies eliminating layers of middle management. This practice, often referred to as unbossing, aims to cut costs and empower employees to take charge of their work through self-leadership. But it means there are simply fewer positions available for career advancement, especially for younger individuals. For instance, a Forbes article highlighted how companies like General Motors, Verizon, and Best Buy have been flattening their organizational structures. Such changes limit the number of positions available for those aiming for promotion from within. Instead, these companies encourage employees to collaborate directly with senior management or make lateral moves across functions. According to a study by the consulting firm McKinsey, organizations that have adopted this approach have reported increased agility, improved employee engagement, and greater cost savings. However, for ambitious Gen Z professionals seeking growth within established corporations, the shrinking middle management ranks may mean having to look beyond traditional career ladders or considering alternative career paths. No. 2. Entry-level tech jobs. The tech industry has long been a go-to destination for Gen Z job seekers. But recently, a wave of layoffs coupled with the rise of AI has led many to question the sector's stability. In particular, the roles most vulnerable to automation are entry-level positions. According to Business Insider, big tech companies are hiring fewer entry-level software engineers than before. Tasks once performed by junior developers are now being handled by artificial intelligence. Moreover, routine aspects of IT support are also being taken over by AI tools. For example, businesses are turning to AI-powered chatbots to provide basic technical assistance, reducing the need for human intervention. Even coding itself is not entirely off-limits to AI. With platforms like GitHub, Copilot, an AI tool that assists developers in writing code, tasks previously assigned to entry-level engineers are now being addressed through automation. As AI continues to advance, it's possible that these trends will intensify, making it even more challenging for Gen Z job seekers to break into the tech industry at the entry level. No. 3. Traditional corporate roles. Traditionally, entry-level positions in sectors like management, consulting, and finance have been seen as prestigious and promising for young professionals. However, these roles are now facing a decline driven primarily by the increasing use of artificial intelligence. Both McKinsey and Goldman Sachs, two leading players in their respective fields, have announced significant reductions in their entry-level hires. McKinsey, the management consulting firm, plans to hire 5% fewer consultants globally, while Goldman Sachs is cutting its annual summer analyst program by 25%. The primary reason behind these hiring freezes is the growing capability of AI to handle tasks previously requiring human expertise. For instance, AI can now analyze vast amounts of data and generate comprehensive reports, a task that was once the domain of junior employees in finance and consulting. This development not only affects the job market for Gen Z, but also raises questions about the future of work in these industries. As AI becomes more sophisticated, the demand for entry-level talent may continue to shrink. No. For government jobs. Government jobs have traditionally been viewed as secure and stable career options. Especially for Gen Z, however, this perception is changing rapidly due to a combination of factors. One significant development is the increasing number of hiring freezes and layoffs across various government agencies. For example, in the United States, the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, has triggered substantial workforce reductions in certain areas. This policy aims to streamline government operations by analyzing and optimizing processes, which, unfortunately, leads to job cuts. Additionally, there is a growing trend among government agencies to contract out services rather than providing them in-house, further reducing the need for civil servants. In a recent article published by Business Insider, it was reported that numerous Gen Z interns and recent graduates who had accepted job offers from government agencies, particularly in the tech field, have had those offers rescinded due to hiring freezes. The changing attitude towards government employment and the impact of policies like DOGE raise concerns about the future stability of government jobs and their appeal to young professionals. No. 5. Teaching. The teaching profession is facing numerous challenges, including high levels of burnout, low pay, and understaffing, which makes it an unappealing career choice for many Gen Z individuals. A survey conducted by Newsweek in 2025 revealed that nearly half of teachers intend to quit within the next 2 years. CNBC reported that this trend is largely driven by dissatisfaction with low salaries, heavy workloads, and a lack of support from both colleagues and administrators. Furthermore, the COVID-19 pandemic has exacerbated these issues, leading to an increased number of educators leaving the profession. This mass exodus of teachers has left many schools understaffed and struggling to provide quality education, which is concerning for the future of the country's education system. To address this problem, some states have taken measures such as offering signing bonuses and loan forgiveness programs to attract new teachers. However, these incentives have not been enough to sway Gen Z away from other career paths. Many young people are choosing to pursue alternative professions, such as trade jobs or entrepreneurship, which offer better pay, more flexible schedules, and a lower level of stress. No. 6. Nursing healthcare. The healthcare industry, particularly nursing, is another field that Gen Z is shunning. Despite the critical role nurses play in society, the profession is facing significant challenges that are making it less attractive to younger generations. Overwork, underpayment, and a shortage of resources are major issues affecting nurses nationwide. According to Newsweek, more than half of registered nurses are considering leaving their current facilities due to these problems. This trend is causing a strain on the healthcare system as experienced nurses are leaving, making it harder to provide quality patient care. Gen Z workers prioritize their mental health and work-life balance, which is difficult to achieve in the current healthcare environment. Moreover, the aging population and the increasing demand for healthcare services are contributing to the burnout of nurses. This trend is evident in the high rates of nurse burnout and turnover, as reported by the New York Post. Consequently, Gen Z job seekers are opting for other career paths that offer better working conditions and a healthier work-life balance. No. 7. Jobs requiring expensive degrees. The rising cost of college education is making Gen Z reconsider the value of pursuing traditional 4-year degrees, with tuition fees soaring. Many young people are opting to bypass roles that require such expensive qualifications and instead focusing on careers that can be obtained through vocational training or certification programs. According to research by SG Analytics, about 40% of Gen Z believes that higher education has become too costly and is not a worthwhile investment. CNBC reported that this sentiment is particularly strong among Hispanic and African American students who face additional financial challenges. As a result, many Gen Zers are choosing to enroll in community colleges or technical schools to acquire specialized skills for in-demand jobs in fields like technology and healthcare. Others are pursuing entrepreneurship as a way to avoid student debt and gain financial independence more quickly. This shift away from traditional 4-year degrees could have significant implications for industries that rely on highly educated workforces. Number 8. Non-digital or obsolete roles. Gen Z is increasingly drawn to careers that align with their tech-savvy nature and offer opportunities for professional growth. As a result, they tend to avoid industries or roles that lag in adopting digital technologies. According to SG Analytics research, about 43% of Gen Z would not consider working in industries that do not use cloud-based tools. Similarly, a New York Post article highlights that many young professionals are shunning roles in industries that have yet to embrace AI integration, such as manufacturing. Instead, Gen Z seeks employment in sectors and positions that offer exposure to cutting-edge technologies, flexible work arrangements, and opportunities for upskilling. This trend is evident in the growing popularity of tech-related careers, which offer not only higher salaries, but also a dynamic work environment. However, it also poses challenges for industries that resist digital transformation, as they may struggle to attract and retain top talent. No. 9. Rigid 9-to-5 office jobs. The traditional 9-to-5 office job is becoming less appealing to Gen Z, who value flexibility and work-life balance. According to SG Analytics, approximately 48% of Gen Z would not consider working in a role that requires them to be in the office for more than 3 days a week. This preference for remote or hybrid work arrangements is driven by the desire to have more control over their schedules and the ability to achieve a better balance between their personal and professional lives. A New York Post article suggests that industries such as banking and retail management, which traditionally require employees to be physically present in the workplace, are particularly affected by this trend. Gen Z job seekers are shunning these roles in favor of positions that offer more autonomy and align with their values. This shift poses challenges for companies that cling to outdated work models, as they may struggle to attract and retain top talent. 10. Roles in toxic workplaces. Gen Z places a high value on their mental health and overall well-being, leading them to avoid roles in workplaces with a reputation for toxicity. This trend is evident in the growing number of employees, particularly Gen Zers, who are leaving high-pressure, high-stress jobs in industries such as sales and customer service. According to Newsweek, about 52% of Gen Z would not consider working in a role with a high risk of burnout. Similarly, a New York Post article highlights that many young professionals are shunning jobs in fields like finance and consulting, which are known for their intense work cultures and long hours. Instead, Gen Z seeks employment in sectors and positions that prioritize employee well-being, offer a healthy work-life balance, and promote a positive work environment. This trend reflects a broader shift in workplace values, with younger generations prioritizing factors beyond just salary and prestige. Key drivers behind these trends. Understanding the reasons behind Gen Z's avoidance of certain jobs is crucial for both individuals and organizations. Several key drivers contribute to these trends, including AI disruption, economic instability, changing workplace values, and the cost of education. As automation advances, routine tasks are being replaced, particularly affecting entry-level positions. Economic uncertainty, exemplified by recent tech layoffs, makes traditional career paths less appealing. Younger generations prioritize flexibility, mental health, and work-life balance over job security or prestige. And the escalating cost of higher education pushes Gen Z toward alternative career paths that may not require expensive degrees. By recognizing these factors, both job seekers and employers can make more informed decisions and navigate the evolving job market more effectively.